Hey guys, welcome to my channel Pure Patterns. This is CP. This video is part 2 of video series Intraday Trading Made Easy. Today we are going to discuss something very interesting. We'll start our session with a tweet. Can you see this tweet? I want you to notice the time at which I have tweeted this. It was at 12:52 October 4, which is yesterday, and 2020. I asked a simple question, wondering why the price turned from this zones. Can you see that? And I also stated that the chart is self-explanatory. And 1 hour later, okay, let's see, 1 hour later, maybe close to 1 hour, at 1:43. Now, if you see the chart, the price just touched this lower band, and it made its way till the red band. Okay, so those of you who are wondering what this is Nifty chart of 5 minutes. Okay, on TradingView, I've taken this snapshot. So if you see that the price just touched this zone and went up and touched the upper zone. So was there any reason why I said this? If you see, for the whole day, Nifty hovered around these zones, right? Well, the guess would be an understatement. I would rather prefer to say that it was an educational guess based on the risk reward, or I would rather say it was based on the probabilities. Why I say probabilities? Because in the next tweet, if you see, the power of rule-based trading is that your entries and targets are fixed. If you are right, then make at least 2 times the risk. If you are right, then it means to say that you can also be wrong, right? It was a game of probability. I was forecasting the price based on the probability. Then the question arises, how did I forecast that? Did I see something on the chart which made me think that there could be a U-turn from these levels? Yes. It was a previous historical activity. Can you see these zones? I marked these zones on the chart based on the previous historical activity. Well, if you're guessing why I'm telling all this, this is our topic today. That is technical analysis. What technical analysis is, right? So let's understand what technical analysis is. It's a study of forecasting the future price of an underlying instrument based on the historical trading activity. If you see my chart, I've just drawn these zones. For now, you just consider, don't worry what those zones are. You just, understand by the color. One is red, the other is blue. So just close to blue. Just understand how I've marked these zones based on the previous activity, right? So then the question arises, I said, forecasting the future price of the underlying instrument. What is this underlying instrument, right? The underlying instrument can be anything which can be traded. It can be your stocks, it can be your currencies, it can be your cryptocurrencies, or it can be commodities. The list goes on. I mean, anything which can be traded, you can do a technical analysis based on the chart, right? So That's what is technical analysis. Technical analysis, you can do anything. You can forecast the price based on the previous historical activities, nothing more than that. Then I was explaining the same thing to one of my friend who stays in Bangalore. uh, I said him what technical analysis is, what do you do on the chart and all. And he asked me a simple question: what is the use? Then I was thinking, what is the simplest example I can give so that I can understand? I asked him a question: what is the first thing you do when you log off from your office? Before you log off from your office, what is the first thing you do before you log off from your office? I said, he said he'll check uh, the Google map. Then I asked him, uh, why do you do that? How is it related to your log off time? Then he said me that it helps me to take decision whether I can leave the office early or I can delay a bit, so that if there is any traffic, I can avoid traffic. So I said, that's what we do in technical analysis. Based on the patterns or the price movements or the volume or the data what we see on the chart, or we make the trading decisions whether to buy a stock, a commodity, or a future, or sell based on this analysis. Basically, we make a trading decision based out of the technical analysis. Then he said, yes, that makes sense, right? And he politely asked me another question: that is the price only thing which based on that you do the analysis? I said no. Price is not the only thing where you can do analysis. There are people, I have categorized those into 4 different types where you can do your technical analysis. There are many. It is not restricted to what I'm showing right now, but there are many categories, different subgroup within this. People trade based, take the trades based on this. First is the price, which everybody knows that the price is the king. It is the ultimate thing in the technical analysis. It's the leading indicator, one can say. Anybody who's taking the trade based on the price or the price action, uh, he is basically doing a technical analysis based on the leading indicator. There are category of people who take, or category of the market participants who take the trade based on the data, that is volume, or it can be open interest, it can be volatility or implied volatility, whatnot. Okay, so they read the data, they do that data reading, and then they take the trading decisions based out of that data analysis. And there are few category, the other group of people or other group of market participants who take the trading decision based on the events, news. Let's say there is a budget, that's a news. How would a particular stock in a particular sector would behave, or based on that new the event budget. There are certain news flowing out for a particular stock, that the corporate results is out. How would this stock behave for this news? They take the trading decision based out of that news. And there is another category of people who analyze the human emotions on the chat. Chat is nothing but the reflection of the human psychology. The patterns what we see on the chat is nothing but the fear and the greed. They are totally reflected on the chat. People study that human psychology on the chat, and then they make their trading decisions. Basically, everything is reflected on the chat. There are few set of people who take their trading decisions based on the statistical analysis, that is We have so many indicators such as RSI, moving average, stochastic, uh, whatnot. I mean, there are so many. I mean, what it does is it takes a price as a parameter, as an input, and they derive certain triggers based on that. If certain level crosses in that indicator, then they'll initiate a buy. If it goes below a certain level, they'll initiate a sell, right? This is what they do. These are the four basic levels, basic set of categories which I've designed how technical analysis can be done. But the question arises, will I be taking trade on based on all? I would rather say we should just focus on the price, okay, and we should take the confluence of all this. If you are doing only with the price action, that is well and good, okay. If you are a good trader, if you are doing with the price action, then it's well and good. But whatever you do, whether you do it with the data or events, statistical analysis or indicators, whatnot, you can do whatever you want. But the only thing is you have to master any one of this at least to be a successful trader, right? If you master all this, then it is well and good. At least if you master one, then you can be a good and successful trader. Coming to our next topic, I discussed so much about the price, volume, data, and all technical analysis. First, we have to understand on what assumptions this technical analysis is done. Technical analysis is purely based on three assumptions. Okay, the first assumption is every technical analyst assumes that the price discounts everything. Whatever you're seeing on chart is a reflection of the events which are occurring in the future or it has already occurred, right? So whatever you are seeing, so he assumes that whatever is done, whatever actions which are going to happen in the market, it is already discounted in the price. So price is the reflection of the events which are either happen or they are going to happen. Price is the leading indicator, so it is reflected there. So this is first assumption, and the second assumption is one of the best um, thing about technical analysis is you get to find the trends of a particular stock or the commodity or the any instrument which is traded. You can find the trend at the early stage when you're doing a fundamental analysis and all by reading reports and all. It might take a few days. There's a lag. It is reflected. I mean, when all the fundamental analysts think that there is a the price has overvalued or undervalued or it is not performing based on the certain they do so all the analysis of reading the reports, reading the corporate competitions and all. That is bit lagging. I mean, I would not say that is lagging, but it takes time to reflect. The best part of the technical analysis is you tend to find the trends very early by doing the technical analysis. If the stock is a good stock, then it tends to move in the upward direction. The trend is upward. If the stock is bad, then it tends to move in the downward direction. That the prices keep dropping unless there is fundamentally any change in that stock. And then third assumption, what they do is history repeats itself. It means that I showed in the early part of this video that I have marked two zones. One is red and the other is slightly bluish, where I have marked this zone, marked these zones. What this is at a psychological level, what I saw is a pattern. I saw the pattern where there was certain. I felt that there'd be a reaction. What price did? It came. It took a U-turn from here. I marked this zone, right? The price took a U-turn from here. So Based on the historical patterns which are reflected on the chart, we make the trading decisions. Okay, so these are the three assumptions in the technical analysis. There are a few things which I'll be explaining in the next upcoming video series, where I'll be explaining you what chart is, what trend is, how to identify the trend and all. For now, you just don't worry, just understand how to just read this. This is a chart, right, uh, of Nifty. What you see on the downside is the time, and what you see on the right side, extreme right, is the price. Okay, you can see that there's 17,750, 17,775, 80, 780, 800. So this is the price. Okay, this is on the bottom. You see, uh, each bar is a representation of the price traded in that 5 minutes. Okay, this is what you can understand from this chart. So don't worry what this chart is, how it is drawn. We'll learn in the next few sessions. Coming to the last topic of our today's video session, then what are the limitations of technical analysis? The limitations are very simple. I mean, there are many limitations. There could be many limitations, but just for the interest of the time, I've only zero down three limitations. One is chart patterns are subjective. Okay, whatever patterns you see, I saw certain pattern here and I marked this zone. It is subjective. Today I marked here, right? The other day it might be just below this, or whatever I'm seeing here, whatever I'm seeing here, whatever my perception is here, might change for the other. He might see something else, right? So they are subjective in nature. So that's one thing. The other is indicator signals are mixed, right? It is this is RSI on the 5 minute chart. It is saying that it is oversold here. That might be overbought in some other indicators. So what is buy in one indicator can be sell in other indicator, or it might be in the sideways in some other indicator. So the indicator signals are mixed. So it is just a, so to summarize this, basically technical analysis is not a science. Okay, it is not 2 plus 2 is always equal to 4. Sometimes it is 2. 2 plus 2 is equal to 2, or 2 plus 2 is equal to 3. 2 plus 2 can also be 5 and 6. It's just, it's an art. It is learned by trading and experiencing it. Just by reading, you cannot be a good trader. Only when you experience, only when you do the hands-on on trading, then you'll understand how it works. Okay, the final limitation is data interpretation can vary. Okay, I said that technical analysis can be done through the data analysis as well. Some see open interest, volume, volatility, or something. My volume bar can be 1 lakh if certain stock is trading with a volume of 1 lakh or 2 lakh. That can be a buy signal or sell signal for me. Whereas for others, it can be 5 lakhs, right? Only when it is above 5 lakhs, I would make a trading decision to buy. So it is it varies, it is subjective, and everybody has its own interpretation of certain things. Based on that, they make the trading decisions. But at the end, you have to decide yourself what suits best for you, what is working for you. If 1 lakh is working for you, if it is working for you, if it is working for 2 lakhs, then go ahead and do that. There's no hard and fast rule that it should be done in this way. That's the beauty of the technical analysis. Therefore, it is called as an art, not a science. You can do whatever experiments you want. You find out what is best for you, what best suits for you, and make a trading decision out of it, right? So that's all I have for this session. We started off with what technical analysis is, on what basis we do, and then we learned what are the assumptions on which the technical analysis is based on, and then we learned what are the limitations. You can still do some research, understand what it is, for this. I think if you understand this, then you are good to go. But if you are somebody who has keen to learn dig harder and understand better, you can just do some research. There's so many articles out there in the web, so many books out there. You can just have that, have a glance, understand what it is. For now, I think I have given you enough introduction about what technical analysis is. In the next session, we'll understand uh, what are the different types of trading styles and technical analysis, and what are the time frames. And we'll also understand what chart is in the next session. So I think I'm done for the session. I'm done for this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more educational videos. Please like if you are feeling the content is worth enough to make you understand what I'm doing is the right thing. And please share with your friends before so that more and more people can learn this from this video, which is free. That being said, I'll wind off this session. Uh, Thank you guys. This is CP signing off. Catch you in another video. Bye.